Okay, a quick video, very short and sweet. Honda CBF1000 2006 gear shaft. Yeah, the bit of play in these things. It's a very quick. I'm not going to edit this, so bear with me. It's a tiny bit of play in that, little tiny bit. It's fractional because I've replaced the bearing, the seal, and the actual gear selector shaft itself. Previously, there was a lot of play in this. And I didn't really pay much attention to it, but I've just done the chain and sprockets, and I thought I'll have a look at that while I'm in there. And what I found was, I'll take you over to the old one. I've replaced that gear selector shaft with a new one, well, a second-hand one. This is the one that was on my bike. There is the bearing which it sits in, and in front of the bearing was the dust seal itself. Standard dust seal, it's all marked up. Standard needle bearing, it's all marked up on the bearing. But what's happened is water's travelled past that seal, got into this area where the bearing normally sits, and this has been eaten away. So this was all rusty. The needle bearing itself had completely collapsed. The cage had deteriorated and gone rusty. And as I pull this shaft away, all the bearings fell out. So this is knackered. It's actually eaten away into the metal itself. Luckily, I found one on eBay. I had to have a good look at them. There's a few of these for sale on eBay. If you want to change yours, make sure that where this seal sits here, that past it is fairly clean. Because if you find a second-hand one and this area here has got any rust on, the chances are it's been eaten away. And there's actually very little material there. We're probably talking 0.5 mil. So it will need replacing. So if you've got a very sloppy gear change, address it before it gets too bad. Standard bearing, standard dust seal, a grease seal on the front. Find yourself a replacement shaft if yours is completely knackered like mine, but make sure this is clean, and any rust that's gathered here, make sure it doesn't go too far past these seals. The one I bought looked a little bit tarnished around here, however it cleaned up lovely. And I've now got a second-hand gear selector shaft back in the bike with a fairly clean area down here, and that play is reduced to a fractions of a mil rather than wobbling all over the place. That's it really. If you've got really slack gear change, get it sorted before you end up with this that I've got here. So luckily eBay was my friend, and I've been able to find a second-hand replacement. I think I paid about £12 for it. But do make sure if you buy a second-hand one that this here is clear. You can't quite see that. This is very, very badly pitted. You can almost see the indents where the roller bearing sat. That's just been destroyed. The only other way to tackle it will be to turn this down and get slightly oversized bearings. But what a job that is. All right, that's it. Just check if you've got any play. If you have, tackle that before it gets too bad. Okay, thanks.